Hello, Avon students and their families, their parents. This is Matt Shockley, the proud principal at Avon High School, and I just want to say hello and welcome back. I am looking forward, I am excited, as well as my staff for our return next Wednesday, July the 29th. We are still planning to start on time, in person, and to meet every day. And really, the purpose of today's video is to really talk to you about what Avon High School is doing proactively and throughout the school year to provide for and facilitate the most safest return to school possible for our students and our staff. And to know that we've been working very hard over the past several months, hours and hours being put in to come up with a plan that we feel good about to start this school year next Wednesday, July the 29th. It's been 144 days since we have had students in the building. And if you think about that, that is almost an entire school year. But I know last week when we had Oriole Preview Day, it was just a very hopeful sign and a sign that we are getting back to school with over 1,500 students and a parent coming into the building for Oriole Preview Days. And that was just such a great feeling to see people and to welcome them back and have students and families back in the building. I know some of the families watching this, students watching this, you have chosen the virtual option this year. And you know what, I want to honor that decision. I know families are having to make, or at least thinking about making that difficult decision, whether to return in person at Avon High School or to pursue Oriole semester online. But I want you to know, those that are choosing the online option for first semester, is that we want to provide the best experience possible for you with those online options and maintain open communications. You are still part of the Avon High School family, and I want you to know that. So, but I want to welcome everyone in who's coming back in person or virtual to this new school year. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can go ahead and cover a few slides so that you know exactly what we are doing at Avon High School to really have the safest start possible for our students and staff. So I'm just going to review some symptoms of COVID-19 so that you are aware of what those are and reminded of those. And students, you're going to be hearing about this again at the beginning of the school year. Cover some safety precautions, measures that we're taking. Talking about student entry times to the building, and that's going to look a little different this year. Our daily schedule is probably the most significant change that I want to make students and their families aware of. Obviously, there's going to be changes in the cafeteria and lunches, and then some reminders about passing periods and what the hallways need to look like this school year. So some COVID-19 symptoms, just reminders that fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle aches, body aches, headaches, a new loss of taste or smell. That seems to be a unique symptom of COVID-19, but then also sore throats, congestion, runny nose, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Those are all of those symptoms related to this virus. And the big things that I want to reiterate to students and our families is that there are things we can do and control to keep Avon High School open throughout this school year. And these really tie nicely into our values of being accountable, respectful, and engaged. We are Avon, we are one. So remembering to wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. We've just got to continually to do that. Every opportunity that we get, maintaining that social distance, masking up throughout the day, and I'll talk about that here a little bit more in a minute. And then the other thing is that stay home when you're sick. And I know that is something I'm not only emphasizing with you, but certainly emphasizing with our staff as well. Some of the precautions that we are taking. Students and staff are going to be noticing increased number of hand sanitizer stations in key locations throughout the building. So in the hallways, at our entrances, and we highly encourage our students and staff to use those as frequently as needed. There is going to be hand sanitizer in each classroom that will be refillable. So you will be seeing those on that first day. Our custodians are going to be cleaning nightly using kind of a more intense, deep cleaner that exists. But throughout the day, our teachers are going to be using a cleaning product where toward the end of each class period or in between passing periods, a product that can be sprayed on desks and chairs within the classroom. It will set for about a minute, and then it can be wiped off to disinfect for each class period as new students are leaving, or as the students are leaving and new students are coming in. Also, in the restrooms, our students are going to notice that there are paper towel dispensers in all of our restrooms, and actually the hand dryers that are in there will be disabled, so that the paper towel dispensers are the only things that they can use to dry their hands. We will have all of our drinking fountains available to students, but right now we have 5 water bottle filling stations throughout the building. That will be increased to 9 at the beginning of the school year, and I don't know when exactly because we still have to get those installed. But the bottom line is that students, we will have water bottle filling stations, but you can also use our drinking fountains to fill your water bottles as well, but cannot be used to just simply get a drink out of, as you maybe have done in the past. Also, more specifically in our classrooms, I talked a little bit about cleaning that's going to happen every class period by teachers. And again, students may be asked to assist with that cleaning, wiping the product off the table or desk as each desk is sprayed. But within each classroom, teachers are removing unused furniture, extraneous furniture that really isn't needed. If we have classrooms where we have extra desks that aren't going to be used, then those are going to be removed from the classroom just to create some extra space so that tables and desks can be spread out as much as possible, trying the best that we can to meet those social distancing guidelines. All desks are going to face the same direction. Seating charts are going to be required in all of our classrooms. And again, masks being worn during student-student and teacher-to-student interactions. And in a point that I want to make about masks is that it fits very nicely in regards to our values of being accountable, respectful, and engaged and following this expectation. But masks will be required throughout AHS to really increase the safety for our students and staff. So not only for themselves, but taking care of each other. Now, on limited occasions, at the direction of the teacher, students may have a mask break, but essentially students are going to be masked up throughout the day unless an adult tells them otherwise. So just be aware of that. And so parents would appreciate your support and helping to practice that maybe now when you're out in public or going into stores and so forth. But students, we really need to meet this expectation heading into it. So going to have to get used to it if you're not used to it already. But I want to say at Oriole Preview Day, our students and families were awesome in regards to following this expectation. So I'm hopeful going into the beginning of the school year. In regards to student entry times, this is going to be a change from what we've had in the past. Typically, we've had our vestibule entrances at doors 33 and door 1 open early in the morning for students who are dropped off early to come in and sit and wait in there prior to the school day beginning. That will not be happening. Our doors to the building will be locked until 7:35 in the morning. So if students are arriving early, you will be waiting outside until our main, those entrance doors are open. So please make note of that. You may need to make some adjustments as a result from what you've done in the past. But our bus door entrances are doors 2 and 4, and those are what our entrances have been in the past. And I know for our incoming freshmen, you don't know where doors 2 and 4 are at, but at freshman orientation, you'll see those. And the other thing is that our buses drop off at those doors, and it will be different this year. Instead of all the buses arriving at the same time and a mass release of all students, as buses arrive on campus, they will drop off students upon arrival, and that will be around that 7:35 time to prevent kind of that congregation that we're concerned about. And then again, student entrances, you can see those numbers there, which are the typical door entrances, both in the main building and the ALC, that will be open this year, but again, will not be open until 7:35 a.m. And students, as a reminder, when you come in, it will be going directly to classrooms to begin your day. Teachers will be there monitoring hallways and classrooms as you come. Students, you are able to go to the cafeteria to purchase breakfast items. If you do go to the cafeteria, that will be set up a little bit differently to promote that social distancing. But the other thing is that when you go there, you can go directly to class as well. So want to make you aware of how the entry times are going to be different, and that unlike in the past, students being able to just stand and talk in the hallways, they're going to have to move directly to class. So change in schedule, and why did we consider that? So there's a few reasons why with this schedule that we are going to, which is a Block 8 Black Gold Day schedule that I'll talk about here more in detail in a moment. But as we were thinking about our other schedule that we had, our modified ABC schedule, 7-period days on Mondays and Fridays, and then an ABC day during the middle of the week, we were trying to think about ways in which we could just really make things more safe here at school by decreasing, as you can see on the screen there, fewer classes each day, having fewer transitions during the school day with our passing periods, thinking about, okay, how can we increase the number of lunch periods that we have? And then also thinking about a schedule that's really going to enable us to have an easy transition to e-learning. And the Block 8 schedule, again, our black gold schedule that we're going to, is going to help do all of those things. So with our schedule, you can see there some changes here. You can see that we're going to be having black days, which are our odd period days, and then gold days, which are even period days with an SRT. And that will just simply rotate, black, gold, black, gold, black, gold, continuing throughout the first semester. And we are making a first semester commitment to this schedule. And just based upon how things are going in Hendricks County in the state of Indiana in regards to COVID-19, we may switch back to our other schedule, but we may persist with the Block 8 schedule for the remainder of the school year, but we will make a decision at semester on whether that happens or not. But again, 85-minute periods. That is a significant change for our students and our teachers, where we were having 46-minute periods on Mondays and Fridays and close to 70-minute periods during the middle of the week. So that will be an adjustment for everybody. But as you can see, 4 periods a day, which that's a reduction from either 7 periods or 5 periods on our prior schedule. We're going to have fewer transitions throughout the school day, which is a positive. And then the other thing that I mentioned before is that if we have to switch quickly to e-learning due to guidance from our county health department, due to COVID-19 infections in the building and so forth, then our e-learning schedule will mimic, for the most part, this black gold schedule. So it should be an easy transition, or an easier transition for our students and our staff. Lunch periods are going to look different. Now, one good thing out of this schedule is that we're able to get 4 lunch periods. So we're moving from 3 lunches in both the ALC and the main cafeteria, from 3 lunches to 4 lunches. You can see on the screen there kind of the time frame for those. But the most important piece is that moving to 4 lunches is going to be able to help us promote social distancing during our lunch periods. Some other things that we're doing during lunch is utilizing the ALC Media Center as additional cafeteria space. To be able to spread out students. It's going to be used more as kind of a quiet space. If some students need a quieter area for lunch, that will be the area. Our library in the main building will not be open this year during lunch. So no, this is a potential area for those of you who like to do that. The ALC Media Center is that space. Assigned seats with staggered seating. So our tables of 10 to 12 students, it won't be happening this year. Every seat will not be taken. We will be staggering the seats to promote social distancing, and we will have assigned seats. We'll probably give students a couple days to figure out where they're going to sit, and then that's going to be your commitment to sit in that location for the entire first semester. And then we're also going to be having a controlled release of tables to provide social distancing in the lines. So we're going to have groupings of tables that we will be released to go get your lunch, to prevent our very long lunch lines that we have had in the past. So that's how our lunch periods are going to look a little different than they have been in the past. So during passing periods in hallways, and these pictures are showing really what we need to see happen during passing periods. Now, obviously, we're going to have one thing, students, is that no students are masked here, and students and staff will be masked during passing periods. But the other thing I want you to notice, and these are pictures I've used in the past, is that students are moving with a purpose. They're getting to class where they need to be, and that's exactly what we have to happen. We want it to happen in years past. We absolutely have to have that happen this school year. We cannot have the congregation in the hallways as maybe have been a challenge in the past for us. We need people to keep moving to the music. The music will still be there to provide that indication to you students in regards to how much time you have left to get to class. But we really need your help to keep moving, to promote that social distance, and to be masked up so we can get to class on time and do that in the safest manner possible. So just coming back again one last time is that I want school to remain open every single day this school year. And I know that may not be possible, and we are prepared that if we have to move to e-learning, we will do that. We've got a solid plan to make that happen. But to possibly keep us going as long as possible, these things are within our control. We can do these things, Orioles. We can wash our hands as much as we can, using the hand sanitizer, going to the restrooms, washing your hands as much as we can, promoting that social distancing. And there's a lot of things that I've talked about that we're trying to promote and facilitate that. Masking up throughout the day unless an adult tells you otherwise. Obviously during lunchtime, as you're eating, that's a time where you're not going to be masked up. But all the other times, we're going to be masked up unless there's times that a teacher, an adult, tells you otherwise, or you're having that mask break. And then the other important thing is staying home when you're sick. Just so our seniors know, seniors, there is not the senior attendance privilege that we've had the last couple years. I am sorry about that, but we certainly don't want to incentivize students who are sick coming to school, especially seniors. So that will not be in existence this year. So please take note of that. So again, I just want to say we are looking forward to Wednesday, July the 29th, and days upon days, hours upon hours have been focused to make sure that we have the best, the strongest, and the safest return possible for our students and our staff. And I just can't wait to get started. Students, And parents, stay safe, be well, and we are looking forward to next Wednesday, the 29th. Please take care. And again, remember, we are Avon, we are one.